Hi, we're back with another video, and this is a review on the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior DVD. This was released in 2005, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it's only one disc, which sucks. But this is the front. That's the back. It's not really anything on the back, but
it's just got extra full matches. It's got Terry Gibbs versus Ultimate Warrior, Wrestling Challenge, Honky Tonk Man, that's the SummerSlam.
We got Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 6, Ravishing Rick Rude, Cage match,
SummerSlam
90.
Then Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania 7.
So it's only got 5 matches. The only matches that aren't really good is that Terry Gibbs and I think Honky Tonk Man's,
because they're not really that long or anything.
Hulk Hogan's is okay, Rick Rude's was decent, and Randy Savage was the good one. So open it up, there's the discs. It's only one, which sucks, but so here's all chapters. You get a documentary, and then you get matches, and then stories. Got Jerry King Lawler tells a story about wrestling, Ultimate Warrior in Memphis, Warrior University, Christian impersonates Ultimate Warrior, and then Ted DiBiase tells a story about an autograph signing with Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, so it's not bad. If you're a Warrior fan, you should probably get it. They probably should have done a 3 disc or at least a 2 disc, but
they probably won't. But for the most part, I'm happy if it just stays it like this, because it sums up pretty well everything. Because it tells a story. You know, it's got matches and just little stories and extras and all that.
Yeah, it talks about the SummerSlam 91 incident, and then about him returning at WrestleMania 8. WrestleMania 8, and then him leaving again and come back to WrestleMania 12, and then him leaving, going to WCW, and then eventually he left there too. And he changed his name to the Warrior. He used to be Jim Hellwig, but he changed it to the Warrior. So
I don't know if it's his last name or his first name, or if he just goes by Warrior or something.
So I remember it said on the DVD, it said Bobby the Brain Heenan said, like, why would anyone want to change their name to Warrior, and that because, like, he's not an animal or something like that. And then he said, like, he should change his name to Weasel. If you get where we're coming from.
If you've seen it,
we will be buying that Bobby the Brain Heenan DVD sometime,
probably soon. Mr. McMahon was talking about the Ultimate Warrior and why he changed his name, because he thinks that the Warrior changed it so he could sue Vince, because Vince was making products with the Warrior in it. But so the Warrior must have thought that if that's his name, I can sue him for doing that,
because he's using
using his name. But really, Vince McMahon had the copyright behind the Warrior's name first,
and plus he can't really sue him because it was the Ultimate Warrior, not Warrior.
So the Ultimate Warrior just kind of screwed
on
himself.
This DVD. And when the Ultimate Warrior first left the business, is because over a money dispute and the whole SummerSlam 1991 incident. It talks a lot about that on there. And then at WrestleMania 8, well, he returned in 1992 but left shortly after due to a drug test failure. And then he came back at WrestleMania 12, but he wasn't going to any appearances. So he eventually had to let him go because he wasn't appearing to anything. It said he wasn't Ultimate Warrior said he never appeared to one because he told Vince McMahon that his dad just passed away, but
it was true, but
no. Well, his dad did pass away, but it was when he was 12.
It was?
Because I was watching a YouTube video one day and it said his dad passed away when he was 12, and this was like a year ago.
That interview was?
Yeah, it was like an interview, so I don't really know what's going on there, but but I mean, it says self-destruction, but I mean, they do talk a lot of bad stuff about the Warrior,
but it's all True.
I mean, like, yeah, and that. So they do say good stuff, but then they also say a lot of bad stuff. And
when the Warrior told Vince, like, give me like so much money or else I'm not going out there, when Hogan, his Ultimate Warrior's teammate in the match, and Sergeant Slaughter and I think the Iron Sheik, when all three of them found out what the Warrior said, the Iron Sheik and the Ultimate Warrior were in the ring, and
no, Sergeant Slaughter.
Hogan said like break his leg or something, because he said that. Yeah,
So, but I mean, they didn't know if he was even going to show up. And the Sergeant Slaughter was talking on this, and he said that for a lot of his matches with the Ultimate Warrior, he had to wear a bulletproof vest because everybody says that, like, or everyone in this DVD was like saying bad stuff about him, saying like he can't wrestle. And there's one thing where he had a rivalry with Andre the Giant back in the late 80s. And like he would do a clothesline and Andre would fall into the ropes and that and get his arms caught. But when he kept, they had 3 or 4 matches, like they would have like 1 or 2 matches a week and that, and they did that for a little while. And when he did it, the Ultimate Warrior kept hitting Andre the Giant harder. And this was Bobby the Brain Heenan telling the story. So when one night when he did it, Andre just put up his fist and got the Warrior in the face, and he told Bobby the Brain Heenan he'll learn. And then there was another match with him and Andre where he picked up Bobby the Brain Heenan and did that. What his finishing move is, he did that, and he said that Bobby the Brain Heenan said they just picked him up, dropped him, and just walked away. So a lot of people say like he can't really wrestle. A lot of people on this, like some of the different wrestlers and like Vince McMahon, that all think he just went into the business for the money and the fame.
Because he liked to bodybuild, he wanted to be famous and he wanted to be rich.
And there was a rumor about the Ultimate Warrior dying, but it's not true.
He's not dead.
Some people thought his heart exploded or something like that because of steroids, but it didn't.
He's still alive.
Yeah. So this was just a little review. There's not really a whole lot to say because the only real thing is the documentary and then 5 matches, but there's only like 2 of them are good, and then the other 3 are like.
I just probably, if I were you, I'd get it just for the documentary, because like, it's a really good documentary.
Like Honky Tonk Man at SummerSlam 1988. You can find that on the SummerSlam thing. That Terry Gibbs match, nobody really cares about that match. Hulk Hogan's matches on 1990 WrestleMania, same with Rick Rude, except that's SummerSlam 1990, and Macho Man's like WrestleMania 7. So
you can find pretty well all his matches on this DVD
plus others. So if you already have like some of those old, if you already have all the anthologies and that, and you've already seen these matches, it won't matter, because like it's worth picking up just for the documentary.
So if you're gonna get it, I'd just get it for the documentary, because that's really the only thing special.
Yeah, other than that, there really is not a whole lot.
But it's still a very good DVD.
We enjoyed it, but we did have a different opinion of them after the DVD.
If you're watching this and you have this DVD, you might know where we're going with in that.
So yeah, I guess we'll talk to you later.
Bye.